Shalom, shalom! Welcome to my Sukkah. I am Rebekah Yahovah from Teshuvah Ministries. Hag Sameach, Happy Sukkot. I hope you are having a wonderful week with friends and your family in your Sukkah. What are you doing in your Sukkah this week? Have you done a lot of fun things? I hope so. Last night we had a really nice dinner in our Sukkah. Today we're going to do some more crafts and do some reading in our Sukkah. We're going to actually watch some videos as well in our Sukkah. So I hope that you have had a wonderful week of Sukkot. Meow, 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 meow. There's the kitty. Sanka baby. Hi baby. He's my baby. He's a Sanka. He's a big boy, isn't he? Do you have a kitty? Or a cat? He's not really a kitty anymore. He's like a cat. He's huge. I have another story to read you. Yeah, so come on in and sit down and let's read a story in my Sukkah. Okay, so let's get my book bag. This is my Sukkot tote. I like this tote. All right, I like that color actually. Let's figure out what we're going to read today and what we have been reading. Oh, by the way, I just want you to know that as I'm reading a story to you, I have in mind specific children that I know of. I know of Marie's children in Florida. Yeah, Nora, Seth, and Ruth. I have them in mind. I have Shanna's children in mind, up in the Carolinas, Bonnie especially. I have children here in mind, Christina's children, Lyric and Sojourner. I have Amber's children in mind that I just saw the other day, Nora and Jace. There's lots of children that I know that I have in mind when I'm reading these stories. I want you to know that I am thinking about all of those children kind of sitting here with me in my Sukkah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What did we read already? Let's see. We read the story of Yahshua, part 1, part 2. We talked about the shepherds, remember, one part, and then we talked about the wise men in the other part. Yeah. And then the very crowded Sukkah, we read that one. And the pout pout fish, we read the pout pout fish. Oh, and we read Sadie's Sukkah breakfast. Today we're going to read about Engineer Ari and the Sukkah Express. This is a fun one. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go on to Amazon after the feast and I'm going to order some more books for next Sukkot because it looks like there's some nice books out there, some more books, storybooks about Sukkot. But I hope that you write a story and illustrate it and publish it for Sukkot. I would love to see you write a story about Sukkot and have it up there for people to buy. And if you do, I will buy it for sure. Okay, let's get going. We're going to read this. Oh, first, remember we must always look at who the author is and who the illustrator is, all right? So the author here is Deborah Boden Choen, right there. The author is the person that writes the story, and it's illustrated by Shahar Kober. And I think I said that right, but the illustrator is the person that draws all the pictures. Okay, let's read this. This looks like a fun story. All right, I'm going to just come a little closer. All right, here we go. Engineer Ari breathed in the crisp autumn air. It was a couple days before Sukkot. "Good morning to you," answered Jessie, coming out of the house. "But where is Nathaniel? He is so handy with a saw and hammer. We need his help." Just then Nathaniel arrived, carrying his toolbox. "I'm ready," he said. "Let's go down to the railway station. When the workers finished the tracks the other day, they left some wood behind that'll be perfect for our Sukkah." There you go. See, there's Nathaniel walking up with his toolbox. And there's Ari and there's Jessie. At the station, the 3 engineers, they were all engineers, so I guess the lady was an engineer too, Jessie. They sorted through the wood pile and carried pieces of lumber back to Ari's courtyard. Ari steadied the ladder while Jessie held the boards for Nathaniel to nail together. As the frame took shape, the three friends stood back to admire their handiwork. "Now we need branches for the roof and fruit for the decorations," said Jessie, "and a lulav and an etrog to shake in the sukkah," added Nathaniel. "Don't worry," answered Ari. "I'm driving to the train station in Jerusalem tomorrow, and I have an idea." There they are building their sukkah. The next morning, Engineer Ari chug-a-lugged out of Jaffa Station. Since the railway opened, he had made many new friends along his route. He stopped his engine in an olive grove. His new friend Hadassah was tending the trees. There she is, Hadassah. Probably short for Hadassah. Yes, which is another little girl I'm thinking about when I read these stories. My own daughter, Hadassah. "Do you have branches that I could use for the roof of my sukkah?" he asked her. "Plenty," answered Hadassah. "Take as many as you need. Remember, a sukkah's roof needs to be thick enough to keep out the rain, but thin enough to see the stars," finished Engineer Ari with a wink. "Thank you, Hadassah. Toda rabah." Engineer Ari's train chug-a-lugged further down the tracks. He braked at a vineyard. "Could you spare a few grapevines?" Ari asked his new friend Arava. "I am decorating my sukkah." "I will cut them for you, Ari," she answered. "These vines will make your sukkah as beautiful as the harvest." "Thank you, Arava," said Engineer Ari. Toda rabah. See, there's her. She's going to cut the grapevines. At midday, Engineer Ari chug-a-lugged into the Jerusalem railway station. While the workers unloaded the train's cargo, he hurried to the city market to find his friend Tamar, who worked there. See, he's going to go into Yerushalayim. This is Ari. He's going to go into Yerushalayim, into the market, right here, to find, what is he going to find? Let's go see what he wants. "Oh, here's a lulav and an etrog for you," she said. "We shake them in all directions to remind us that God is everywhere." Engineer Ari smelled the sweet etrog and admired the lulav's palm, myrtle, and willow branches. "Thank you," he said, leaving the market. Toda rabah. Engineer Ari headed back to Jaffa, where Jessie, Nathaniel, and Ari finished building and decorating their sukkah together. Look, they're decorating their sukkah. As the sun set, they celebrated the first night of the holiday with their neighbors. Engineer Ari was tired, but happy. Through the branches on the sukkah's roof, he saw the full moon and the twinkling stars. The stars reminded him of all his new friends along the railway. Engineer Ari's expression turned sad. "What's wrong?" said Jessie. "Oh, on Sukkot, we welcome our friends to the sukkah," explained Ari. "Tonight, our neighbors joined us, but our new friends up and down the tracks live too far away. I wish that they could have been here with us." Looky there, they got all their children. They brought their children into the sukkah. Their families got together. The next morning, Engineer Ari walked outside to eat breakfast in the sukkah, but the sukkah was gone. Not even an olive branch was left where the sukkah had stood the night before. He searched the courtyard. Finally, he saw a note nailed to an orange tree. What did the note say? Can you read it? The note on the orange tree says, "Come to railway station. A surprise is waiting for you, Jessie and Nathaniel." What happened? Where did they take the sukkah? Oh no. So there he goes. He's running out, going to go run and find his sukkah. Has your sukkah gotten up and walked away tonight? So when you woke up this morning, was your sukkah still there? As Engineer Ari ran towards the station, he saw a crowd gathering. "Have you seen Jessie and Nathaniel?" he asked. "Our sukkah is missing." Everyone pointed to the train yard. Look, they're all pointing. And he's running. How could a sukkah disappear? Jessie and Nathaniel stood on the stairs of Ari's bright red engine. Right there. Behind the boiler was the sukkah. Look at that. Behind the boiler was the sukkah. Last night you made a wish, explained Jessie. You wished we could invite all our new friends up and down the tracks into our Sukkah. And now we can. Should we call it the Sukkah Express? Laughed Nathaniel. Look at that. They put the Sukkah on the train. So now wherever the train goes, the Sukkah goes. That's fun. Engineer Ari put his arms around Jessie and Nathaniel. He looked at the crowd and called out, "Hop aboard the Sukkah Express." Toot toot. He probably said it like, "Hop aboard the Sukkah Express." And then toot toot. Oh, that was so sweet of them to do that for him. The crowd climbed onto the train carrying lulavs and etrogs. Children hung fruit from the sukkah's roof. Engineer Ari tugged the whistle cord. Toot toot. He pulled back the throttle and the Sukkah Express chug-a-lugged out of the station. It was time to celebrate with friends, new and old. Toot toot. Look at that. Now his sukkah is full of people on his Sukkah Express. That's fun. What a great story. Very fun. And then there's a little author's note back here that says, on August 27, 1892, the first train, steamed into Jerusalem from Jaffa carrying passengers and cargo. A month later, during the high holidays, the railway officially opened. The train shortened the trip between the Mediterranean coast and Jerusalem from 3 days to 3.5 hours. Wow. Eliezer ben Yehuda, the father of modern Hebrew, who lived in Jerusalem at the time, coined the word rakevet, train, from the biblical word for chariot. So the Hebrew word for train actually comes from the word chariot. Fun. The railway began as a modest operation with 3 trains built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works of Philadelphia. It was rumored that the trains were originally intended for the first Panama Canal projects. When this project failed, the trains were shipped to Jaffa instead. The railway was 55 miles long, made 6 stops between Jaffa and Jerusalem, and rose nearly 2,500 feet as it curved through the Judean mountains. Parts of this historic scenic railway still operate today. Fun. There's a picture of the old first train in Jerusalem. I don't know if you can see that. Fun, very nice. That was a fun story. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for coming to my Sukkah and letting me read you a story. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in my Sukkah for another story. And don't forget to have a really wonderful, wonderful day of Sukkot today. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Shalom. Shalom. Chag Sameach. Bye-bye. Kitty, kitty, kitty.